Hi, my friend. Welcome back. Today we're talking about leading with spirituality. On one occasion, Jesus was being hotly and highly opposed by a group of individuals that did not agree with his message or his mission. And in response, two of his disciples, James and John, said, "Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven and consume these people?" Jesus quickly asked them to calm down. And in doing so, he modeled what it means to lead with spirituality. I understand that in leadership, we're often going to be opposed. We will often have to navigate seasons much like those captains do in the North Sea. High volatility, unpredictable opposition, and weather that does not always align itself with our end goal. Sometimes that is leadership. But we must never forget the heart of leadership, spiritual leadership, servant leadership, is leading from a different base, a different center, than always feeling as though the response is, let's call down fire from heaven. So how do we do that as leaders? How do we lead with spirituality? I want to give you two principles that you can apply as you pursue leading with ever-growing, ever-ripening spirituality. Number one, as a leader, you want to have devotion first. Every day, as a leader, you've got to start your day with God, spending time in reading scripture and in personal prayer. These are two indispensable essentials, and you can add to that journaling and meditation and reflection and just pausing before you get into the hustle and bustle of daily life and leadership. You want to have devotion first. The times that you'll spend and invest will be different depending on a lot of factors in your life throughout the course of a given year, month, quarter, even week. But you want to make sure that it's a priority for you, because that investment in your relationship with God is actually the most essential relationship that you will draw upon as you lead people. Jesus himself is our example. There were times where he would rise up before the sun rose to be able to have time, personal and private and precious, in conversation with his Father. It set the tone for his day. I want to give you a little practical tip. As you have devotion first, have a reading plan. That way, when you wake up, you know what you're reading. If you're going to choose to go through the book of Acts or the book of Jeremiah, just take a chapter a day. You're not pursuing volume as much as you're pursuing value, and just something to anchor you in that day. And then keep a journal in which you're writing down names of persons that you're praying for, needs that are on your hearts, and statements of gratitude to remind you that even in a world where so much is wrong, there are some things that are still right. Every day, start with devotion as a leader, and that gives you the currency and the fuel that you need to lead with spirituality. Number two, you want to pray more than you vent. I know how it is to get on the wheel of complaining. And as the old adage goes, misery does indeed love company. If you develop the habit of complaining or venting more than you pray, you're only going to want to seek out those persons who agree with how you feel. But praying allows you to place all of your feelings and your thoughts on the altar of God's wisdom, and allows him to come and give you clarity where there's confusion, to give you peace where there's anxiety, to give you a sense of pause where there's a sense of impulsiveness, to allow you to depend on him more than you depend on yourself. When you start praying more than you vent, God has a way of allowing you to cleanse the sanctuary of your heart, so that you are not asking for people to be wrong so that you can be right, so that you're not asking to be vindicated in the space of your opposers, but you're simply asking the Lord to help you to lead with a greater sense of humility and poverty of spirit, where you depend on him as the true source and energy of your leadership. Today, leading with spirituality is the indispensable ingredient for servant leadership. Whether you are a faith leader or a business owner, whether you lead volunteers or you simply lead your home, come back to your first love, which is an abiding relationship with God, and prioritize personal devotion, Bible reading, and begin praying more than you vent. And I believe that your leadership will take on beautiful tones and colors, and your organization, your community, your family, your team will be better as you lead in the footsteps of Jesus with spirituality. So what are you going to apply this week? Are you going to wake up tomorrow morning and start with devotion? Are you going to start praying more than you vent? As you do that, you're going to be leading with spirituality, and you and those you lead will be better because of it. I can't wait to see you next time. Until then, God bless you. Peace.